Hello Bookish friends, welcome to my May wrap-up part 3. In this video I will talk about my monthly Bookish statistics, and then I will mention how I did on my yearly reading challenges, and I will conclude the video talking about the books that I've read for the 4 readathons that I participated in the month of May. In the month of May, I read a total number of 11 works. I read 5 general fiction, 2 romance, 1 science fiction, 1 thriller, 1 mystery, and 1 fantasy. I read a total number of 2,316 pages. I read 2 works less than 100 pages, 5 works between 100 and 200 pages, 2 books between 200 and 300 pages, 1 book between 300 and 400 pages, and 1 book between 400 and 500 pages. My average page number per book amounted to 210.5 pages. I read 1 book published in 1800s, 2 books published in 1940s, 1 book published in 1970s, 4 books published in 2010s, 2 books published between the years 2020 and 2024, and 1 book published this year in 2025. I read 9 English works, 1 French book, and 1 Turkish book. I read just 1 translated book, and I read that French book in its Turkish edition. I read 8 books targeted towards adults, and 3 works targeted towards middle grade audience. I listened to 6 audiobooks and read 4 ebooks and 1 paperback. I read 4 books taking place in the United States of America, 3 books taking place in England, 1 book taking place in Turkey, 1 book taking place in France, 1 book taking place in both Iraq and England, and 1 book taking place in both Australia and England. I rated 1 book 6 out of 10, 2 books 7 out of 10, 7 books 8 out of 10, and 1 book 10 out of 10. My average rating was 7.81, which was a quite high rating for me. In the month of May, I read books taking place in 6 different countries, and those countries were USA, England, Turkey, France, Iraq, and Australia. And the total number of countries that I read from in 2025 became 25. I did not add any new country to the map this month, so the total number of new countries in 2025 stayed the same, which is 6, and of course the total number of countries in the map is still 58. As for Go with the Flow challenge hosted by Sarah and Jenn, the prompt for this month was to read a book that takes place in a different time period than the previous book. The previous book was Fairest of Them All by Teresa Medeiros, which took place in medieval times. So I read a book that takes place in our current timeline, which is Yeşil, Peri, Gecesi by Ayfer, Tunç. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I participated in 4 different readathons, but I did not do the prompts for any of them. I just read some books. For Misery May, I read 2 books, which were Yeşil, Peri, Gecesi by Ayfer, Tunç, and Bir İdam Mahkumunun Son Günü by Victor Hugo. For Mental Health May, I read Where We Begin Again by Adela, Tobin. For Middle Grade May, I read Pluto and Shingaling by R J Palacio, and Paddington Takes the Test by Michael Bond. And last but not least, for the Spoonies Readathon, I read Pluto and Shingaling by R J Palacio, and also A Sheriff's Star by Makenna. So I can say that I am very satisfied with how I did in my social events. This was my summary of my reading in the month of May. Please comment down below what was your favorite book that you read in the month of May. Mine was Animal Farm by George Orwell. If you're a new viewer, first of all, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you very soon. Bye. As for Turkish word of the day, I'm going to choose France. France means Fransa in Turkish, and Fransa is our Turkish word of the day. Have a good day.